This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for March 26th, 2026. The Eagles of Death Metal have laid out their plans to celebrate the 20th anniversary of their sophomore album, Death by Sexy. That includes a stop in Boston, Massachusetts on August 16th at the Paradise Rock Club. Tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. In a new interview with Mark LaBelle from Dirty Honey, he says that the band plans to record new music as a follow-up to 2023's Can't Find the Breaks, saying, quote, "We're working on some new music right now, and we're going into the studio shortly. We've been working hard on songwriting, working on demos and stuff. There's a lot of things happening in the world and just personal experiences that we've all had recently. Very good and very bad, without revealing too much that we're pulling from to write these lyrics. I think we're trying to evolve a little as songwriters and as musicians and as a band to create something that maybe our fans will not expect, but ultimately enjoy." The Claypool Lennon Delirium have released a new song from their upcoming new album, The Great Parrot Ox and the Golden Egg of Empathy. The band, made up of Les Claypool from Primus and Sean Ono Lennon, unveiled their latest single, Meat Machines. The new album comes out on May 1st. The Claypool Gold Tour is out on the road this summer, featuring Primus, the Flying Frog Brigade, and the Claypool Lennon Delirium. Poison drummer Ricky Rocket's long-awaited memoir, Ghost Notes, My Life in Poison, will finally get released this summer. Ricky Rocket shared the book cover yesterday. When he announced the book last July, he said that it was scary. A lot of people say, "Do you have any regrets?" And of course I do. There's lots of things I regret, but not regret to the point where, yeah, did I learn from them? Yeah, sure. You can say all of those things, but there's certain things I look back on, like, why did I do it that way? The painful stuff isn't fun to look at. Obviously, the cancer battle, being falsely accused of rape, that sucked. There were certain things that were not fun to live through again, but it's my story and people need to know about it. William Shatner has announced the imminent arrival of his long-awaited heavy metal album, made in conjunction with some of the genre's biggest names, like Richie Blackmore from Deep Purple and Rainbow, Zakk Wylde, Henry Rollins, Wayne Kramer from MC5, and Rob Halford from Judas Priest. William Shatner saying, "I've always been drawn to the energy and storytelling of heavy metal. Working with Rob on these tracks brings that intensity to life in a way that feels both timeless and entirely new." Cleopatra Records will release the album. No specific release date has been confirmed yet. 2 years after their Coachella reunion dates, where Jacob Knoll assumed his late father's frontman duties for Sublime, they've announced their first album since 1996. Founding members Eric Wilson and Bud Goff are both part of the album Until the Sun Explodes, set for release on June 12th. Jacob Knoll said the last Sublime record that will ever be made is self-titled. There's no replacing history, period. Until the Sun Explodes, the album, is an epilogue. And Until the Sun Explodes, the single, is the epilogue to the epilogue. It's a tribute to the expansive works of Sublime. It's an acknowledgement for all that my father has done for me in my life. And most importantly, it's a thank you. I love my dad, and I owe you my life. The 21-track album features guest appearances by HR from Bad Brains, G-Love, and Fletcher Drag from Pennywise. In a new interview, Papa Roach frontman Jacoby Shaddix was asked if there was ever a time that he and his bandmates thought, "We've got to adapt to the changes in the music business or we're out of here." Saying, quote, "I think when CD sales went away, that was a really bleak moment for the music business. I was seeing a lot of record companies just fall apart and crumble and bands getting dropped. And I was like, oh, what's happening? The thing that gave me hope was my band and my brothers in this music and the creative process, and then stepping on that stage and playing in front of fans. I think now at this point, we're at another kind of strange time in music where this AI element is coming through and it can be frightening. I think for a lot of people, a lot of young musicians basically, but there's this helpful element that I can feel. AI is really essentially studying us. It's a study of us. And how does it regurgitate us back at us in a generic way? That's where it is right now, and it's interesting to see how it plays out. But I love the pushback from the rock culture against it. I think a lot of people in the rock culture can smell it. They can hear it in a song. They can see it in the art, and they're like, that ain't it. And I love celebrating with people. I love the humanness of it. I love the push and pull in the relationship of creating with another person and having to have a conversation in a room, creating a song. Yesterday, a Los Angeles jury handed down a landmark $6 million victory to a woman who said she became hopelessly hooked on Meta's Instagram and Google's YouTube as a child and suffered serious harm. The lawsuit, the first to reach trial among thousands of personal injury cases filed in recent years against social media companies and consolidated in California. The woman claimed the platform design features like infinite scroll, autoplay, cosmetic filters, and push alerts fueled a powerful addiction that dominated her childhood. She claimed the compulsive use led to anxiety, body dysmorphia, self-harm, and suicidal thoughts. On their 9-day deliberation, the jurors awarded $3 million in compensatory damages and an additional $3 million in punitive damages to the plaintiff. The jury apportioned liability between the companies, finding that Meta was responsible for 70% of the total award and Google for the remaining 30%. The jurors determined that both companies had acted with, quote, malice, oppression, and fraud. Coming up tomorrow, Black Label Society are releasing their new album, Engines of Demolition. According to the band, the deluxe edition of the album will feature 2 exclusive tracks, Broken Pieces Unblackened and Back to Me Unblackened. The digital deluxe edition is only available for pre-order until midnight. After that, you are out of luck. Tomorrow night, Black Label Society will premiere the new song, Ozzy's Song, live for the first time via live stream on Veeps that'll be available for free. And in a sign of the times, Maxell has launched a new personal cassette player with modern features like Bluetooth and USB-C charging. For just over $80, you can get a Bluetooth connectivity and USB-C fast charging cassette player. It features 11 hours of Bluetooth playtime and a headphone jack. It also comes with a belt clip in case you want to take it with you, old school style. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 303, featuring Gary Holt from Exodus, is available now.